Oh my god.
What the fuck was that?
I heard like giggling.
What was that?
Hello and welcome to a Halloween special of Shadow Paranormal. Today we thought we'd go over all of the last series we filmed and really just point out the highlights for you, talk about some of the things we experienced, and there will of course be a few bloopers and funny moments that happened along the way. The way I thought we'd do this was get one of my many hats, fold up the names of the places and pull them out of the hat and talk about each place we went to. So, who's first?
James can go first, I think.
Let's see.
You want one, not all of them.
They're all stuck together. Alright, where is this? Cage.
I've done this so they weren't in any particular order, but we've pulled out the first one we've done. So, but yeah, the cage. What a place!
What a place indeed. I mean, because of all the stories and, you know, all the things that people have said about what's happened there, we were really hyped up and we were like, you know, this could be...
There was a lot of hype for it.
Yeah.
Even we thought when we went there, we thought we'd have loads of stuff happen.
Yeah.
It was like we're thinking it's like, well, of course something's going to happen here. Like after all the reports and stuff we'd seen and the history of it.
The way the woman was describing, you know, things that had happened to her personally, it was like, oh my god, we're going to clearly get something major.
Well, I sort of thought it would be hyped. I thought it had been hyped up, but I didn't think it had been completely... I thought we would get something there, and like one night's not enough to go on to know if somewhere's haunted, but...
the odds as well of what she said to us would be the odds of us not getting something.
She said there's been 3 people walking to the building, didn't she? Or 3 groups that have been in there in however many years that hadn't had stuff happen.
I think it might have been even 2.
Yeah, well, we're the 3rd or 4th.
Yeah. So either we just had really bad luck on that occasion, or it is not as haunted as it's been made out to be.
But the thing is as well, like I tried to do it in a fair way to start with. Like when we've done the video, it's like I said, obviously we didn't experience anything this night. One night's not enough, but stuff that I'm sort of comfortable saying. It's a while ago we investigated there, and I'm sort of comfortable coming out with this stuff now. There's a lot of EMF readings around that place, which a lot of people put down to something, you know, paranormal activity. But
I think I'd gone to the toilet, come out the toilet, and there was this cupboard, and it was locked. And me being me, I'm nosy. I unlocked it with a knife, and there was hundreds of wires, like power boxes, like BT things all for the CCTV, the lights and everything. There was so much wiring that would explain as to why when you're on the stairs you get a lot of EMF readings, and therefore it makes you feel kind of funny because of the high amount of electricity.
Even in that front bedroom, there was the time we had EMF there. I don't know if we got video of it, but we had EMF there, and you could detect this, like certain EMF frequencies at a certain height off the ground, and it was just fixed within the middle of the room.
another thing we noticed as well, that every Halloween comes around, the house goes up for sale again because the owners can't live in it because it's too scary. But every Halloween it obviously draws in attention and goes up for sale, and all of this, it gets in the national newspapers and all of that. And then after Halloween passes and things aren't as spooky, it comes off the market again. Might be coincidence, but I think not.
I think not indeed.
Right, who's hatting now?
Put one out. Have a look. Dunnage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dunnage was a bit of a weird one.
It was. That's one of the more recent ones we've done.
It's a nice day.
Yeah. Spent a lot of it.
Windy day.
A lot of it climbing up sandy
Well, I remember that was the day we went to try and get dinner in Southport,
Yes.
and we ended up going. We just went into this pub. We thought, oh, that looks nice. Went in there, and it was like, I don't know, 15, 20 quid for a chip.
Yeah, and it was like, right, yeah, no, let's just get a pint and go. Because
So-
we'd looked at the nearest spoons, because that's our classic meal when we go ghost hunting, is to go to a Wetherspoons.
We looked up takeaways and stuff. There's
Yeah,
nothing.
It was literally like dead
We just
on a Saturday night.
packed lunch in
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gale Force winds.
Well, that was the thing as well. We decided to then go film a little skit on the front at the benches there.
Yeah.
Because it was so windy, all the audio that got blown out, so that all had to be.
Well, that's another thing. So
trash.
much of the audio was just
Yeah.
because the wind, coastal wind, was crazy.
Yeah, but when we said we went to the Priory there, you were along the seafront,
Yeah.
and you went to the wooded
Last
area,
grave.
the last grave and all that. I got a little bit of a magnetic spike in the...
Did you get footsteps or something?
I think I got EMF. I think.
Yeah.
Because I was with Marcus. Marcus was filming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got EMF along one of the fronts.
I don't want anyone to accuse us of littering
Oh, okay.
in my own garden.
But, yeah. I mean, a lot of it was just sand in the eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, I got lots of magnetic readings at the Priory, but nothing particularly major or anything I'd say was anything particularly unusual. You got some weird feelings at the last grave, didn't you?
Yeah. In hindsight, I don't know if that was just because it was a weird place to be, especially with how the how that little area is kind of set out, because you have to walk
It's kind
through
of
the
fenced
trees.
off, isn't it, as
Yeah.
well? So you have to find a little
So
diversion.
to get to that grave, you're going to a dead end with trees either side of you, right up close to you. And so when you're down the end of it, the only way out is behind you.
Yeah.
So it had that claustrophobic feeling
Yeah.
to it. I think also just because it was a grave there, and I'm reading out the name of the guy who died.
Yeah.
I was anticipating something to happen, but there wasn't enough to, I think, to say one way or the other if that
Yeah.
was legitimate.
I thought the leper church thing was quite interesting.
Yeah.
Because that felt really
Yeah,
weird
that
during
did
the
feel
day.
weird during the day, yeah.
And then we went at night, and it was just sort of felt really sort of empty and
It
calm.
was so different, the changes from during the day to at night.
Yeah.
And you'd expect it to be the other way round.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? And it was, when we got there, we were just all like, oh my god.
We've talked before about the idea of sort of waves of activity.
Yeah.
It could just be that we caught it in the day when it was on a peak, and then at
Yeah.
night time we got there and it'd
Yeah.
gone
Yeah.
back down. Maybe if we'd stayed there for a few more hours, then we would have had stuff happen again. That was strange though, that we had more
Yeah.
activity more
Like
of a
more
feeling.
Because we were all saying,
in
oh,
the
we can't wait to come here at night because this is going to be...
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be
The
the
place.
one. But, no, kind of let us down a bit.
Yeah, that's a good day out.
It was.
Right.
They're always good days out.
Yeah.
It's a bit like the Addams Family. But with...
RAF Botany.
Oh.
Yeah, RAF Botany was cool. That was
Yeah, it
a
was.
really good place to go and explore. And then actually on the investigation was that mysterious clock ticking noise.
Oh yeah.
I still, in my head to this day, can
Still
hear
hear
that.
it, yeah.
You heard it during the day,
Yeah.
didn't you?
Yeah.
And then it sort of, when we played the music at night, it just really enhanced it. So Lieutenant Franscotti, who crashed his plane into the old control tower, and he's one of the spirits that's said to haunt here, he named his aeroplane with the name Umbriago, which in Italian, I believe, means drunk, but it's also a song that was brought out in the 1930s or 40s by a singer, and it's thought that maybe he named his aeroplane after this song. So we thought we'll play that song in here and just see if it stirs up any kind of activity. Even if it's not him necessarily that comes forward, it's still a sort of wartime song, so it's possible that there might be some spirits here that remember that sort of sound.
There's one like him in every town. He's half a man and half a clown. Umbriago could be mayor of New York or of Chicago. Umbriago raises came from Diablo. When you worry, better send.
What's that? That was really slight over there. I think it was a clock.
I swear, on my nan's life, I was sat in here earlier and I heard a clock ticking.
You serious?
I'm serious. When you and James were outside, downstairs, and I was sat up here in a circle,
No way.
like, so, I heard a clock. I swear to you, on my nan's life, I heard a clock.
It's just somebody stopped. It was around you somewhere. It's going... Rhythmically. It was a clock, undoubtedly.
I believed I heard the definite sound of a clock ticking for about 10 seconds after the music stopped. What's strange is that Sophie believes she heard the same thing earlier on in the day for only a few seconds. Unfortunately, both of our cameras failed to pick up the sound, so we decided to try the experiment again in hopes of recording it.
Just see if you can hear that when it stops.
Everybody wants to get into the act. I know a fellow who can make your life so mellow, so mellow. There's one like him in every town. He's half a man.
I heard it.
I heard it.
I heard it.
How?
Amazingly, after playing the music again, we could all hear the sound of a clock. Again, the sound was just too faint for our very basic camera microphones to pick up. However, if you listen back through headphones or on a high quality speaker, you may just be able to make it out.
Is that a bird? It doesn't even sound, it doesn't sound like it's coming from anywhere. It just sounds like... Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, it's not... It sounds just as loud there as it did over there.
We tried to work out where the sound was coming from, but strangely enough it didn't seem to have a physical origin, and the only way I can describe it is it sounded like it was just in the air around us. Could it be that playing the music somehow unlocked or enhanced an echo of the past?
That's weird. I'll say I wanted to pinpoint... It's not like you can say, oh, it sounds like a clock coming from on the wall here. It's almost like it was in the air. Yeah. Like just being carried by the wind. But how weird is that twice? It happened straight after we played that song.
Yeah.
You didn't even move where you were standing, like when it stopped.
No, I heard it the second time over there.
But it's a shame that you can't actually hear it on the camera's audio. It's weird
It
that
was
the cameras
so
didn't pick it up.
clear
Yeah.
in my ears.
But it was really loud at the time, but the
Yeah.
cameras just didn't pick it up for whatever reason.
But it was strange as well how, with that sound, it would only begin to play if you were standing in a certain spot or after we played the music.
Yeah.
Because I think after you had heard it, or after one of you had heard it, you were like, okay, stand in that spot and listen.
Yeah, because
And so I walked to that spot and I couldn't hear it until after the music
Yeah.
played.
But so you couldn't pinpoint it to a wall or a place.
Because I remember after I'd first heard it, I was looking round. I remember when I first heard it, I was walking around the outside to see if I could see anything there or, you know, hear anything like slightly lower down, but it just didn't
Well, I remember thinking it was someone hitting something,
Yeah.
like in the distance, and
Yeah.
the echo would make it sound like the.
Well, there
the
was
hand
saying
tip.
that
But
in
going,
the distance.
going to the window, it was then in the building. So you go in the building, it was. by
Yeah,
the-
and it was so regular though. It was
Yeah.
clockwork,
Yeah.
clock ticking.
But
sound.
in the distance, there was a rave of some kind. going
Yeah.
There
on.
was something going
But
on. Yeah.
it wasn't. That's what I mean. We differentiate. Is that right?
It's a word.
A word.
It'll be-
So
yeah,
whatever. Yeah, we could tell that it wasn't connected to that.
and we were aware of that
yeah.
thing in the distance as well. So
Yeah.
And even then, why would they be playing the sound of clocks?
what a,
It's some Alice in Wonderland trick
it's just
thing.
like counting down the end of the rave. Right. Oh, it's back to you with the hat.
Yeah. It's Horsey from Bartlow.
Yeah. Horseyth, I've been loads of times. Always, it used to be really active about 5 years ago. Bartlow was quite similar, and all of a sudden the activity stopped.
It got
Yeah.
really quiet.
You've been
hasn't
obviously
it?
at Horseyth before, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, that night was just completely dead and empty at both places we went to.
Yeah. I think that was one of the first ones of the more recent stuff that I came along with you
Yeah.
for. Yeah, that was really strange because after how many years of having activity at Horseyth
Yeah.
especially, to then turn up and again turning up thinking, oh yeah, there's that feeling that
Yeah.
something will happen.
We'd kind of hyped it up and said,
Mm.
we've experienced this, we've experienced that. You're probably
Yeah.
going to get this, and
Yeah, for good reason as well, because for about 3 or 4 years it was really active there.
But you had this scratch thing happen to you as well there.
Yes.
Yeah, so loads of EVP there, all sorts, everything you
Yeah.
can think of was at Horseyth. Yeah.
That's what I mean. To go there and have, like, for example, to get scratched and then to come back and it be absolutely nothing. Because I'd gone terrified that something was going to happen again.
You would think that would amp it up more.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be put on edge
I
if it
was.
was anything
I felt
similar.
like I was
yeah.
going to be targeted again,
Yeah.
kind of thing, and then to get nothing. I was just
No,
like,
it's interesting, but a
we
shame.
may have to go back one day
Yes.
just to see.
You'll go.
Oh, anything about Bartlow?
Oh,
We had to-
Back in the hat.
There wasn't really much at Bartlow. was
no,
there?
that was a similar. I thought there was a bit more of an atmosphere there, but again, that could be because it's a weird place. But oh, it's a bloody dog. Yeah, it was. Yeah, more atmospheric there, but like not really anything going on.
No activity.
No.
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 Little Cornard Church.
Oh, so then from Bartlow and Horsey
Yeah.
to complete opposite.
Little corner.
Little corner.
Little Cornard.
Yeah, there was so much. Obviously, I've been there loads of times since, and it still continues to have stuff happen there. But the actual 2 nights we were there, you missed the first night, didn't
The
you?
last time I went there, I was still pregnant.
Yeah.
So
First night
about
was
halfway, so.
Me, you, Jason, and
Hannah, yeah. Yeah, that was easily probably one of the most memorable nights I've ever had anywhere. Ghost hunting, of course.
Night of the Goblin, that one.
Yeah, that, I mean, after everything that happened there, the EVP we caught there, the sightings and everything, the biggest one for me was still seeing a run along the path, a little 4 foot tall goblin type thing. It was it was absolutely silent, but it ran up the path, completely pitch black.
Yeah.
Almost looked all distorted, but I can't even explain it. I wish I could make a film of how it moved because it's so vivid.
Well, I get the feeling it feels like something's going to happen, like really big. Like,
And I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
I-
I don't know if I want it.
I'll say it now. I think it's changed personality-wise.
it's gone more negative.
I don't feel as comfortable here as
No,
I have
I
done
don't.
over
No,
here.
actually,
No.
I thought when I walked into this bit just about a minute ago, I thought I actually feel like I want to say to you guys we need to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I
Yeah.
don't feel comfortable.
the two
Maybe we should.
Shall we?
All we're going to do if we're going to stay here, and how many of us are feeling like that? Okay.
Fucking hell.
Whoa.
Do you want us to leave?
So walk over.
Whoa.
Oh,
Oh
so
god,
sorry,
I
I'm
just
really
felt
shut up
I felt
now.
a cold draft when I did that.
Yeah.
Right, try and keep calm. I
Yeah.
Yeah.
don't like over.
No, I don't
it is-
like it. I
is-
really don't like
You're right
it now.
about the personality change because my legs are now freezing. It's almost like it's going, fuck you. I've
Yeah.
had enough of you now. You know, you've been fun, but now I'm sick of it.
If you want us to leave, can you give us a really big sign, a really big noise? We'll be right out there. Oh my god.
What the fuck was that?
You saw that, right?
It was like really dark.
Shadow just went.
Mass.
Oh my god. I know you
not
guys.
just that,
Right.
but then I heard.
Can
Then
we-
I heard a.
I know
Yeah,
you,
I'm really not.
I know you guys haven't been making up this stuff. Not that I thought you would.
No, no, it's
You
not.
get what we mean now.
But that I've never seen anything like that in my life. It was a shadow, just ran across like it was. It. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm getting out. I'm going now. Come on, let's just.
Little corner round 2 was a bit quieter,
It was.
but it's that feeling was still there.
Oh, 100%. I felt really on edge a lot of the time. And I think about halfway through, I went and sat in the car, didn't I? Because I was so
Yeah.
freaked out.
Yeah.
I was just like, I can't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does get a bit. I've been there about a month ago. I was there and I had to walk out because it just
Yeah.
got really. It just got to. I started feeling sick. I thought I was
Yeah.
going to actually throw up. Yeah.
That's something we talked about before, though. It's weird how Little Cornard was just somewhere that we ended up going sort of on a whim, and
It's
then,
not known
then
really to be.
No.
yeah, and then the Cage, which is supposed to be like the most haunted house in
Yeah.
Britain,
It's
and
like
there's
when
nothing.
you compare the Cage to Little Cornard, it's
Yeah.
like, why isn't Little Cornard on some kind of list for being
Yeah,
haunted,
Yeah.
you know?
Maybe it
just
will be.
just the amount of activity we've had there over the course of the times we've been there, it's definitely worth being on some sort of like
It's got to be. Yeah.
hotspot list. Yeah.
And funny enough, I was there again when I went there last. There was some people who were doing the walking their dogs.
Stealing the
People who were doing the dog walking there was a couple walking their dogs, and they went
Who were
through the
doing dog
churchyard, and we sort of said to them, "Oh, what we're doing there," and they said, "I've lived here all my life." They said, "Even as a child, no one would walk through there at night." They said, "I still won't now." So that's why I get the dogs out earlier, so I don't have to walk through there when it's dark. So Jason heard a crash somewhere behind the church just before we were going on break, funnily enough. So I'm going to take a walk round on my own one way and then go around the other way just to see if there is anyone or anything that possibly caused that noise.
I thought I heard.
Bearing in mind,
That's over there, a bit of wood, like a fence, like the fence.
bearing in mind there are a couple of pigeons or whatever up there. Tugging it out right now.
Yeah. But they wouldn't have knocked over a wood thing. Is Luke around the other side?
Yeah.
Hello? That was, oh my god. That was the tri-field meter just going off. Are you around here at the moment? I think you're interacting with that piece of equipment. A little further up the path from where I was standing, I heard the distinctive sound of someone walking. My first instinction was that it was either Sophie, James or Jason, but all three of them were accounted for around the other side of the church. To add to this strange event, straight after I heard the footsteps, I also heard the tri-field EMF meter's alarm register a spike in EMF.
I heard like giggling. I genuinely heard.
In which way?
You think it's a person, do you?
Yeah. Let's go over.
Whoa.
What's that? And that's going off again.
Battery's completely
It's going
dead
off
on the
again.
torch. That's a reach.
Let's hear that. There's got to be someone over there. I just heard that really clearly. Sounded like someone said, "Look out."
how far back that is, where you keep hearing and seeing stuff.
It was like halfway through. It was like halfway through.
When researching into the history of the site, we discovered that numerous child plague victims are buried within the churchyard, and as well as this, a Victorian schoolroom also used to stand in the grounds. Could this child we just recorded giggling originate from one of these two periods?
Halfway through.
Right,
James's turn.
we can miss me, are we?
Oh, Luke's turn, sorry. I don't know what
I bet I'll get a rubbish one
don't know
now.
what numbers are.
Come.
Oh, I didn't get a rubbish one. Uplands Hotel.
Oh. So that one is a good one. It's still fresh in the mind.
Well, not even the hotel itself. The annex.
Yeah.
The annex is definitely or was. I don't know if it's still there. But
I don't
at the
know.
point of recording this, we've heard from people that it might have already gone, or they're
Yeah, I
in the
know there
process
was
of knocking it down.
Yeah.
And just my favourite part is though that I've always called it the cottage. As you're adamant, it's not. It's an annex.
Yeah.
It's an annex.
It is
Yeah.
an annex.
Also, I'm the minority. Right. Okay. The annex. Sorry.
Mm.
Yeah, the annex was really cool. And again, even in there, it was one particular room.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the whole of the building. It was one room right at the end.
It's when you first go, you think, oh my god, this is amazing, because it's so just falling apart. But the way it looks is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And you expect to get more in the big part of the house
Yeah.
that's got all the story and the history behind it.
Well, it's like a fireplace. Like it's proper
Yeah.
old Victorian
Yeah.
building.
There's something so off about that back room.
Yeah.
Just the fact that you go in there and all that's in there is a bed frame.
Yeah.
That's all that's left, and there's no. It's still got the ceiling intact, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
rare for those buildings that are over there. It's the one room that's sort of closed in. So I don't know, maybe if it was like a placebo thing from the claustrophobia of being in like a tight room.
But aesthetically, I don't think it seemed any scarier or creepier than any of the other rooms. Because remember the little like larder area in the main hotel? That's completely pitch black, but
Yeah.
that didn't feel weird.
Yeah.
That's even
Yeah.
more claustrophobic than that room.
During our walk around outside from the main hotel, we discovered a small cottage. Upon entering, we all felt a very strong and unpleasant presence. It was in this building that James had a very strange experience and felt as though whatever spirit was here was directly affecting him.
No, man. Ooh.
What was that?
That was fun. That wasn't that, because that'd be moving.
I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything behind you.
No, something just went like pushed up against my back. Oh man, honestly, that threw me off. I'm telling you, man, I'm getting, like bad vibes in this room. I thought I saw someone in the room next door as well, and that's just freaked me out even more. That's happened.
You want to go out?
I'm getting like when you sort of like see something
Yeah.
and then you let your eyes adjust and it goes. I'm getting that, but like I'm seeing like people in the corner of that room, man. I thought it was like a little kid, like how Sophie's crouched now on the floor.
in this room we're in now.
In that room, in the corner by the window. Like no joke, I'm not even like trying to play this up with the camera. This is actually freaking me out pretty bad now.
Despite James believing something pushed his back and a very negative feeling, we didn't record any more activity, and due to the heavy rain, we were forced to stop filming. Unfortunately, we can't completely validate the EVP we just captured, as I was moving through thick branches and ivy at the time, and it's possible that leaves or bits of debris had rubbed on either me or the camera, creating what sounds like a whispery voice.
What was that? What did you just say? No, I heard that. I heard a lady cough. I'm not even kidding you. I heard a lady just cough.
I'm panicking.
I don't like this.
I just heard a lady cough.
Where from behind you?
From in here somewhere.
Well, it wasn't me because you'd have heard it on here.
No, I heard someone go, but like, it was a cough sneeze, something like that.
We'll have to look at it back now.
Turn the torch off.
Which?
So we'll go solely on just what we can feel, what we can see at the moment.
Okay.
Here we go.
What? No.
What?
Was-
It was just going off, yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't you turning it on.
No. Can you do that again, please? That was you? There's obviously no power to this building.
No, man. Even the light switches are all kicked out.
Exactly. Or could you speak to me in this box I've got in my right hand? It's got insanely cold.
Okay.
Feels really uneasy in here.
Yeah, man. I felt the same when I was at the door.
You in here with us at the moment? Making noise?
The cool bit with that was when we say about waves of activity coming, we were able to feel
it, yeah.
the atmosphere change.
Yeah.
Then we got EMF readings.
Yeah.
Then we said it feels like it's calmed down.
Yeah.
The EMF went, and we went about 5 minutes later. We felt weird
this
again,
wave
and it
again
happened
and-
3
yeah,
times, and we
yeah.
were able to document that what we're feeling is in some way linked to magnetic fields.
We've placed a box down on the bed there with a green light. Can you interact with that? Can you make the lights turn on?
Just walk past it, or maybe try and touch it if you can.
So that this sort of weird energy that was here before is sort of gone.
I don't feel it now.
No, I don't.
Which is strange because you'd have thought in pitch black it would be more prominent.
It was weird because it felt like it heightened as we first went black, and now it's sort of dissipated.
Yeah, I don't really feel it now.
I feel like this bed is a more.
Whoa. Thank you.
There, step again.
Are you able to make just the yellow light go on?
I've got a really bad headache on my left side. It's literally a pain in my head has just hit me.
Try that was up to yellow.
Wow. Can you try really hard just to hold it? Can you hold it on the yellow? But just to say, the amazing thing with that EMF meter going off is there's no power to this building.
That's on, yeah.
And it's not like there's even a train going past at the minute.
No,
There's
it's the middle of nowhere.
no.
There's no reason for that to be going
And
off.
there's not any cars going past either.
No. No, there's nowhere nearby that could be setting that off.
That was a really unnatural fluctuation.
Well, it's the fact I said, can you make it go to yellow? And it went
Yeah.
to yellow, didn't it? It's amazing.
That was so weird as well. We were basically at the point of saying it feels like because the energy's died down.
Yeah.
But I
But
swear,
maybe that
literally,
energy dying down, was it then being culminated and then put through that?
Exactly. That's the thing. And could that be all it's got?
Yeah.
while it was happening, I was getting a really solid pain like on my left side of my forehead.
When that was going off?
Yeah. Like,
What were we doing just before that?
We were just
Yeah.
talking though, weren't we? Before that came on. You went over to look at that windowsill, see what was making that.
Because we weren't giving it any attention.
Do you reckon?
That's really weird.
What?
Yeah, Phil. That's just gone massive since like nothing.
It is, it's like
Heart rate again.
Yeah. I don't know if maybe that's like a biological response to the energy being taken that it's then
There we go.
using. Or like I can't see a thing.
Can you try and do that again for us, please? So make it go all the way to red, if you can.
Are you trying to get our attention?
Doesn't feel like particularly cold. Could you please, if there's any sort of, anyone here, could you come around and either lie on the bed or interact with this device again and make these lights turn on? Or even talking to this box? Use energy from the environment, anything you need to draw upon so you can light up these lights. Take as long as you need. It'd be really good to see any kind of result.
Left side of my head starting to go.
I've got panicky again.
Yeah, I'm getting like back to it's happening again, man.
Yeah, I've just before you said that, I just thought my heart rate's going up.
Yeah. I'm sort of feeling more now that this might just be a residual thing. Or it's such like an old energy that it takes like a long time
Yeah.
to try and
Build up.
Yeah.
Yeah, should we call it?
Well,
Yeah, there we go.
oh, so you're still here then?
I just got a really bad like my whole body
Well,
just.
here you go.
I'm
Well
seriously
done,
freaking
really
out.
good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about the EMF readings we recorded is that they appeared with no set pattern, and the fluctuations differed in intensity each time, something you would not expect to see if it was caused by something natural or electrical. Maybe what's most fascinating of all is that we could all sense a change in the environment before the EMF meter triggered, proving that the feelings we get on investigations are in some way linked to electromagnetism and that our bodies can in fact sense the energy around us.
We've had similar things like that happen before, like when we went to the Leper Chapel in Cambridge, and it would have a thing of where the EMF was actually picking up on regular time, but that was because it was. I still think that was something to do with the actual environment that was there,
Yeah,
where it
that
had
was
the train lines and everything next to it. So this was different from there, where you were having that regular. It wasn't even entirely regular. It was sort of. It would come and go.
Yeah.
The same way as it did at the Leper Chapel, but there was that actual feeling that came along with that, and there was something sort of detectable to it, rather than it just being getting EMF reading.
And although it's extremely strong and it felt really heavy in there, I don't think there was anything malicious because it nothing bad ever happened. It was more like
it was more of a like, hello, I'm here.
yeah, or just a really intense kind of. I don't know. It didn't feel like there's anything particularly bad in that room.
I kept getting the feeling in that room that there was something that had happened there. And I don't know if this is just kind of more speculation of imposing a story onto that place, but I kept getting like a kind of atmosphere that something had happened there post the house being post it operating
there's been loads of raves there and stuff.
That's the thing, yeah. So I was getting more of a feeling that it was people that had been there afterwards. Something had happened in that room. But I'm not really sure what. It's just like some intense emotion had happened in that room.
Well, you never know with like stuff like that. It may have been an overdose or like.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Sexual assault. It could
something
have been
like that.
drugs, alcohol. Yeah. It could have been anything. And emotions and feelings like stick to.
And because it's such a small confined room as well, it's obviously like maybe like an echo chamber of whatever went on in there. So that's definitely one of my favourites.
Right.
Do you want a hat?
How many have we got left? We've got one.
Have we?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think where we haven't. Oh, I know where we haven't done.
Where?
You know where we haven't done.
Is it here?
That's exactly where.
Santon Church.
Santon Church.
Like it's an odd one.
Yeah. Well, we went on the first night when we met. Eddie Mallet.
Eddie.
Brilliant bloke.
Yeah. Lots to tell, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, funny enough, I thought that was one that was going to be a bit blown out of proportion.
Yes.
Which it was a little bit possibly, but...
Was there a lot of hype leading up to it?
Yeah, but that's because a lot of people have been there and experienced stuff. But then
there's been quite a few groups, haven't there? That gone there and...
But we heard the woman talking at the back of the church crystal clear.
Yeah.
Twice.
It's not focusing.
Not focusing.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's a possible voice. Thank you.
Yeah, I just heard that by the door.
Yeah, at the back, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Do you want Sophie to leave?
Was that now? Because I didn't feel anything.
When, just now?
Eh?
Just now?
Yeah. Did you hear it?
I didn't hear it, no.
You did? That was loud.
I heard it.
The voice we just recorded was also captured on Eddie's static night camera and comes across much louder here, which locates the origin of the voice somewhere towards the back of the nave, a place where no one was standing at the time.
See, that's one I wish I'd been along for.
Oh, it was... I still can't... And the fact we recorded it as well makes it obvious that we weren't hearing things. We didn't hear a cat or something that sounded at the time.
You had that thing with seeing someone.
Yes, there was. It started off as in my peripheral vision, and then when I'd looked, I could still see this figure stood to my left in the gap.
So you could still see him all facing.
Yeah. And it must have been. I want to say a bit taller than me, but not quite as tall as you.
So sort of 5,
Yeah,
sort of
5'7".
7, yeah.
Can you remember any details of what they looked like?
It was definitely, I want to say a monk, but he was wearing a hooded, a cloak type thing. And he had a very pale expression on his face, very
We
blank
could actually see his face.
Yeah, it was really...
I've always, because when you've told me about this before, I've always imagined it being a hooded person, but you can't see their face.
No.
You can actually pick up the face.
When I think about it now, I can remember seeing a face.
But could you at the time?
I don't know if I could at the time.
That's even.
But it was definitely, because I remember, that's in about 5 minutes, you really
I was really freaked
fixated
out.
on it, and then it just went...
It literally disappeared, out of nowhere, gone. It really feels like there's someone stood there, and it's really put me on edge.
Whereabouts are you looking?
Just between the gap of the...
Well, I tell you from now, I was sitting there one night, and I look around the corner and I see just a pure figure. Not very tall, but it's not that tall above the actual pews.
Yeah.
All in plaid, all in sort of sackcloth sort of style.
Yeah.
And with the hood, classic sort of monk style. They just stood there looking at me and just turned around and walked to the back. And I could see every single actual line was on the sackcloth. That's quite amazing, that was. Totally wonderful. But it's been quite a few other people who also witnessed that as well. They had that feeling that someone is standing there.
Yeah.
So you are by no means the only person who's felt that.
Are you standing over there with Sophie? Do you make a noise in that area?
Is someone just going,
No, I didn't.
As weird as it sounds, it feels like he stood there waiting for me to leave. Like he's looking at me saying, "Are you gonna go yet?
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna leave?" Like, I really don't feel welcome in it at all.
We went back during the day, didn't we? And the only real concrete thing we got there was that EVP recorded in the back room near the tower, which I think said they're going to get him, I think it says.
Right. Is anybody in here? I know we heard a lady here last time. Can you come and speak to me, please?
But other than that, I mean, we've been back since, and I think we've got another visit there, definitely before the end of the year.
There's another location up near that church as well that we've heard about that we're possibly going to go to.
Yeah, but we've definitely got to go back there, and hopefully, like I say, I want to get more of that voice talking there that's really clear, and try and pinpoint where it's coming from. Because we just got a vague area towards the back of the church, but it's nice to find out what part it's actually from.
And why.
And why, yeah. So here we are, funny number 1. This was in the episode of the cage.
But how does... We've been walking around in here constantly.
I said maybe even us trying to get the window open when that went funny, but that
didn't crash then.
No, it didn't, and we didn't touch it.
It's not solid, but it's not. Look. It's not exactly.
It's take. It takes a lot to knock it over.
To get that to move.
Jesus Christ, man. Just put it there. It fell down.
I think you tried to put it on 2 or 3 times and it was just like,
That weren't happening. It's probably still there.
And that was another thing actually with the cage, is that scared the hell out. Because no one touched it, we were all kind of separated.
Was that the thing where...
You were in the toilet, I think.
Yeah.
I thought you'd fallen down the toilet or something.
And you were in the dining
Oh wait,
room,
so that moved on its own before any of us... Yeah, okay.
But, because it's right near the window, and the window has got a hole in it, although it is cardboarded up, it's still not...
As proven by that, it's not on there solid.
No.
No.
That was good though.
Funny number 2. Oh, Sophie's wonderful sneeze. It's the glasses.
It is. I sneeze and the glasses
funny 3.
on my face.
This was
Luke having a little poo.
James was filming in the
That was
Botany,
Botany,
filming in one of the rooms, and Luke walks past and absolutely cats himself. Look at the bruise man, that's what it is. Jimmy Carr, isn't it?
Oh, this is our clamber out.
Oh yes.
Oh, this is great.
I didn't go down this hole, there was no chance of me getting in all right.
It's like being born.
You filming?
Yeah. Be careful.
Oh man, this doesn't work. No, we're living down here now. Oh, there's mad beetles. My legs are too fucking long.
Booty too big for that hole. You free?
I'm free.
Free and filthy. Luke's turn.
Is there a technique? Sort of. It's just like scrabble out.
It does look like he's being born again.
It's like something from the ring. Is Luke getting out of hell? See the hand.
No.
What is this? I'm gonna wee. Stop it.
Oh, well done, man.
Easy one.
Yeah. Leaves in your hair.
Oh, I know what's next.
What's the next one?
Sophie's little scare at Upland.
It's like a
Wow.
pantry. Oh fuck! James! I just tripled everywhere. James was the other side of the window. James, do it again.
Oh, glad I got that.
What, me jumping up
Yeah.
his skin?
Yeah, because I was trying to get like a good camera shot from the other
Yeah.
side. I didn't
Again,
really
trying to
think
get
about how that would
camera
look.
shots
Yeah.
Right, finally, after going through all of the footage from the last series, I noticed that there's one word. I told you about this.
Yeah.
There's one word that seemed to pop up beyond all others, and that word was man, said by one person.
Since you told me about it, I've now consciously been trying to stop
So
saying it.
I've made a nice little compilation of all your womans.
Oh, man. What was that, man?
Man.
Oh, well done, man.
Oh,
I didn't say anything.
Oh man. Tanya, man. No, man.
No, man.
It's really weird, man.
That's really weird, man. Still feeling kind of freaked out, man. Weird vibes down there, man.
You don't realise, you never realised how much he said it.
Thing is, you think that would be difficult to go through and find all
Yeah.
that bit was so easy. I thought he missed some as well.
Probably did.
That was good, man.
Oh yeah, no, that's good, man.
Many more mans to go, I reckon.
Good. I'll do one next year. So thank you very much for watching this Halloween special. Hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll leave you with a little taster of what we've got coming up next year.
Bye.